Very good morning. Myself, Dr. Ruchi Gupta, Associate Professor, IT Department. Today, we will discuss the last phase of SDLC, that is software maintenance phase. As I have already discussed all the phases in details, the first phase of SDLC is a software requirement and specification phase, and the outcome of the software requirement and specification phase is SRS. Then once we have to prepare the SRS, then we have to go on to the next phase of SDLC, that is software designing phase. And the outcome of the designing phase is software design document. Once we have to prepare this design document, then we have to insert in the third phase of SDLC, that is coding phase, and in which we have to write or implement the program or a project. And a complete program is the outcome of the third phase of SDLC that become the input for the next phase, that is testing phase. So in the testing phase, we have to test our software with various software testing strategies, and finally we have to validate the software in the software testing phase, and the outcome of this phase is test reports. And once we have to test the whole software, or we can say that once we have to validate the whole software, then the software is ready for the deployment. So that after testing, we have to go in the last phase of SDLC, that is maintenance phase. So today we will discuss the software maintenance, which is the last phase of SDLC. So the first question arises that what is the need of maintenance? So as per the demand of the user community to see that existing software products run on the newer platform or run in newer environment and with some new advanced features, that's why there is a need of maintenance. So we can say that once we have to deploy the software to the customer, it will go on to the maintenance phase. So till the time customer will use this software, so there is a requirement of some upgradation in the platform, there is a requirement of upgradation in the environment, and there is a requirement of updating some new features in existing software. That's why there is a need of software maintenance. So when the hardware platform is changed and a software product perform some low level function, in this case maintenance is necessary. So when we have to, either we have to port the software into another platform, or we have to upgrade some technology in the existing software. So in that case, there is a need of some maintenance. And software maintenance is one of the important activity of the large number of software organization, because as I have already discussed in my previous or the very first initial lectures, that the overall cost of the software development, if we talking about the whole cost of the software development, then 60% cost of the whole software is only involved in the maintenance, and only 40% cost is involved in the whole software development. Why? Because the software is existing in the maintenance phase till around 10 to 15 years. So the cost is automatically, or we can say the cost is exponentially increase in the maintenance phase. So that's why it is very important activity of the software development life cycle. So now what is the definition of software maintenance? So software maintenance is very broad activity that include error correction, enhancement of capabilities, deletion of obsolete capabilities, and optimization. So if we are talking about maintenance, so in the maintenance we not only modify our software, we not only reduce some errors, but also we have to enhance some features in existing software as well. We have to port our software into the new environment. So these all things are come under maintenance. Software maintenance is needed to correct errors, enhance features, and port the software to the new platform. So when we have to apply the software maintenance, so the purpose of this maintenance is to correct some errors, we can enhance some features in existing software, we can port the software into the new platform, etc. And if we are talking about the cost which is involved in the software maintenance is about 60 to 70%. So 60 to 70% of the cost of the software is only devoted in the maintenance. Now, if we are talking about the categories of the maintenance, so basically four categories of the maintenance. One is corrective, adaptive, perfective and preventive maintenance. So, the first one is a corrective maintenance. What is corrective maintenance? So, corrective maintenance of the software product is necessary to rectify the bugs which is observed by the system in use. So, as per the add-on functionality, as per the porting requirement, or as per the identify the errors in the existing software, we have divided the maintenance into different categories. So, the first category is a corrective. So, in the corrective maintenance, we have only rectify the bugs in the existing system when we have to modify the software. So, at the time of modification, if there is some errors occur, so we have just modified these errors in the corrective maintenance. And if we are talking about the adaptive maintenance, so as the name suggested, a software product, it need adaptive maintenance when the customer need the project to run on the new platform. So, when I just want to run our software into the new platform, that time there is a need of some upgradation in the existing environment. So, that type of maintenance is called adaptive. So, in that case, there is no error in existing software, but we just want to port our software into the new platform. So, in this case, there is also need of maintenance. So, such maintenance is called adaptive maintenance. So, a customer need the product to run on the new platform or the new operating system, or when they need product or interface with some new hardware or software, that time there is a need of maintenance, adaptive maintenance. Now, the third category is a perfective maintenance. So, perfective maintenance is the maintenance that support the new features that users wanted to support and to enhance different functionality of the system according to the customer demand or enhance the performance of the system. So, we need a perfective maintenance at the time when we want to add new features in the existing system, or we can say if you want to enhance some functionality or upgrade our software, that time there is a need of perfective maintenance. And the last category is a preventive maintenance. So, what is a preventive maintenance? They are long-term effects of corrective, adaptive and perfective changes. So, the idea to increase the complexity, these type of maintenance will increase the complexity of the software. So, which reflect the deteriorating structure. So, when we have to continuously applying adaptive, perfective or corrective maintenance in the software. So, at one moment the performance of the software may degrade or deteriorate. So, the work is required to be done to maintain. So, again there is a need of some maintenance so that the performance of the software may not decrease. So, or it may not reduce. So, the work may named as a preventive maintenance. So, we have to work on preventive maintenance so that we can increase the performance of the software. So, these are various categories of the software maintenance like corrective, perfective, adaptive and preventive. Now, this is the distribution of the maintenance effort which we have apply on the maintenance phase. So, as per the survey, a lot of work has done on the perfective maintenance. To adaptive maintenance percentage is 25%, preventive percentage is only about 4% and corrective maintenance is 21%. So the corrective percentage, maintenance percentage is 21%. It means we have just there's a 21% chance that we have to modify some errors in the existing software. And if we are talking about the preventive maintenance, so only 4% need of the preventive maintenance to improve the performance of software. And if we are talking about the adaptive maintenance, so adaptive maintenance percentage is 25%. It means 25% requirement is there that we have to port our software from one platform to another platform, and the maximum amount of the maintenance is going on to the perfective maintenance. Means during the whole maintenance phase we have just upgrade the functionality in the existing software. So 50% of the whole software maintenance part is going on to the the maximum effort is going on to the perfective maintenance, where we have to continuously upgrade some functionality or add on some functionality in the existing software as per the requirement of the daily needs, or we can say as per the technology change we continuously upgrade the software. So this come under the perfective maintenance. So now the question is arise that what problems occurs during maintenance phase, or what type of problems we have to face during maintenance phase. So first, the program is written by another person or a group of person. This is one of the major problem during maintenance, because the program is to be developed by the development team, and the program is to be maintained, program or project is to be maintained by the maintenance team, and both team are different. So when both team are different, so it is difficult to correlate with the developer team with the maintenance team. Second, the program is changed by the person who did not understand it clearly. If the program is to be written by one developer who is not having any deep clarity about the system, so in that case there is a problem during maintenance. And program listing are not structured, as I have already discussed some coding standard in my previous lectures, that program listing is also necessary so that we can easily understand the program logics. And next is high staff turnover. This is also one problem during maintenance. Use a maximum cost is involved in the maintenance phase, and automatically the cost is to be increased due to some resources like staff turnover or timing. Information gap is also one factor which we have faced during maintenance. And the last one is systems are not designed for the change. If we have to develop the software in very restrict manner, so it is very difficult to change the software in the maintenance phase. So these are the problems which we have to face during maintenance. Now potential solutions which is provided in the maintenance phase, and we can say the various problems which we have faced during maintenance. So we have some solutions about these problems. Number one, budget. If we have to reallocate the budget and effort reallocation, then we can solve these problems. Second, if we have completely replaced the whole existing system into the new software, then also we can solve this problem. And continuously, if we have to maintain the existing software, then we can also solve this problem. This is the whole maintenance process, that with the process we can analyze that how the software is to be changed, how we can port our system, how we can upgrade new technologies in the existing system. So what is the maintenance process? So first one, we have to define the maintenance objective. So before start the maintenance, we have just define some objectives about the maintenance, that what type of maintenance is required for the existing system. It may be corrective, it may be adaptive, preventive, or perfective. So, in the phase 1, and now we have to understand the program, complexity, the document of the program, and descriptiveness of the program. So, where we have to modify, where we have to want some changes. So, then we have to generate some proposal, maintenance proposal, or we can say that it is a part of extensibility. Extensibility means we want to extend something more in the existing system. Then we just also check the ripple account effect of the changes or maintenance. There may be a possibility that if we have to modify the software, or if we have to add on some functionality in the existing software, then in that case there may be a chance of some that complexity of the software may increases. So, we can also see the ripple effect. Then again there is a need of testing. After the maintenance, after modification, there is a need of testing again, and that type of testing is called regression testing, which is done on the maintenance phase. And finally, if the system is past the testing, if it is passed, then yes, otherwise again we have to iterate the whole process again. So, this process will be iterated until we have to complete the maintenance. So, we use different models for the maintenance. Like first model of maintenance is a quick fix model. This is very basic model, or we can say it is very simple model. This is an ad hoc approach to maintaining the software. It just like a firefighting approach, that waiting the problem to occur and then just trying to fix as quick as possible. So, we are using some existing system. If we found some error, we have just fixed this error, modify this error, again we have to check. So, this is very random process. There is no specific process for this model. We have just checked the software. If problem found, then we have just fixed the bug. Now, the second type of model is a iterative enhancement model. Iterative enhancement model we have already done in the already used for the development of the software. Here we have to use this model for the maintenance of the software. So, in this model we have just analyze. First, we have to analyze the problem of what we want to maintain. Then, categorization of the proposed modification, and then redesigning and implementation. So, analyze because this iterative enhancement model is used for the maintenance. So, we always keep in mind that in the maintenance phase we will use the existing software. So, we have to analyze here existing software, then characterize the proposed modification, and then redesign the current version and then implement it. So, this is iterative enhancement model for the maintenance. This is the BOHA model of maintenance. BOHA model show the maintenance process that is based on the economic model and the principles. So, we can say it also consider the risk factors about the budget. So, this is management decisions. So, first of all, we have to check that some change if the changes are approved by some managements, then only we have to create the new version of the software, and these results, the results or the new version of the software is evaluated by the management committee, and if they have to provide some changes, if they have to propose some changes, then again it is depend on the management decision. So, this process is also iterated. This is a BOHA model. Now, what is the estimation of how we can estimate, how we can show the estimation of maintenance cost. So, maintenance effort is very significantly and consume about 40 to 70% of the cost of entire life cycle. As I have already discussed that the whole software development, in the whole software development phase, the only maintenance phase cost is about 40 to 70% of the whole software development cost. So it is advisable to invent more event in the software life cycle to reduce the maintenance. So if we have to review the software at the very initial phase, then we can easily reduce the cost of maintenance phase. So the defect repair ratio, it increased heavily from analysis phase to the implementation phase. So good software engineering techniques such as precise specification, loose coupling, configuration management, if we have to apply these methods during the development process, then we can definitely reduce the whole maintenance cost. So at the time of analysis, the ratio is 1. At the time of designing, the ratio is 10, and at the time of defect repair ratio is 100. Now we come on the regression testing, which is a part of maintenance phase. So when we have to upgrade the software, or we have modify something, or if we have to add on some functionality in the existing software, or if we want to port the software into the new environment. So in all the cases, there is a need of testing again. So that's why we have to use a regression testing. So regression testing is a process of testing that modify the parts of software, and it ensures that no error have been introduced in the previous test cases. So regression testing it work on the modified code, and it serve many purposes. So it increase the confidence of the customer. It locate the errors in the modified program only. It ensure that software is a continued operation. So thank you very much.